Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of Pan the Organizer. So on today's show, I'll be teaching you how to clean and disinfect your car's interior. We're amidst a global pandemic right now, and I think it's more important than ever to learn all the tips and the tricks to do a proper job of cleaning and disinfecting your vehicle's different surfaces. You'll be able to replicate all of these steps at home, and you'll be able to do just like a professional detailer would do. So it's pretty simple. I'm going to show you, of course, all the steps. So we're going to work from top to bottom. We're going to be cleaning the headliners. We're going to be cleaning the different air ducts that you have in your vehicle, all the different touch points and hard surfaces. So from the dash, from your steering wheel, stuff like the handle and of course the door handles themselves, the shifter knob, all the buttons and knobs that you have inside your vehicle that you touch a lot. We're going to move on to seats, whether they're fabric seats or leather seats. Of course, the floor mats and carpets, very important. And if you have a pet as well, I'll be teaching you a bit of tips and tricks on how to remove all that pet hair. And well, basically, yeah, we're going to be cleaning and disinfecting the different surfaces, and also an awesome tip regarding your air filter or your cabin air filter in your vehicle. So without further ado, stay tuned. Let's go ahead and start the show. So hey guys, I'm Pan, welcome to the show. I hope you guys are having a great day, so let's dig right into it. As I said, today I'll be showing you how to clean and disinfect your car's interior. First of all, before we go ahead, make sure you hit the subscribe button that's found under this video, and that way you'll subscribe to my channel and continue to learn more about car detailing, so products, equipment, tips, tricks, and techniques. Also, follow me on my Instagram page if you haven't done that yet, because I always post some original content on that social media. And also, any equipment, tools, and products that I'll be talking about today, I'll make sure to drop the links in the description under the video for you guys to check them out. So for now, just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. So to do a proper job of cleaning and disinfecting, we have to first understand what the differences are, because there are two different steps. So cleaning is going to be a mechanical action of cleaning the surface to remove it of any dirt, debris, dust, and a bit of germs. So you're removing those. However, to kill the remaining germs that still are left behind, you need to disinfect. And disinfect usually implies the use of some chemicals, and you're going to see which ones we use in just a few seconds. So among the first bits and pieces of equipment that I strongly recommend that you guys have, number one is a steam cleaner. So in this case, this is a more pro-grade version, still under 200 bucks, so very affordable, but I'll also leave some alternatives that are less expensive in the description under the video. Basically what this is, well, as you can tell, it's a steam machine, so it throws some steam. It's great to clean and disinfect some surfaces. Comes with different types of attachments. So this one here, you can basically put a microfiber towel on top to protect the surface, and you can clean your fabric seats, for example. Or for the hard surfaces, we're going to use the steam cleaner, as you're going to see. So basically, you'd spray your all-purpose cleaner on your surface, and then keep the steam head moving. So you never want to focus your attention in the same spot, but this is great for hard surfaces. Then we move on to something like a vacuum, so a wet and dry shop vac. In this case, this is a rigid, but you can get whatever model you guys can access to in the stores near you. But again, so yeah, great for vacuuming carpets, floor mats, your upholstery, your seats, all that kind of stuff. Different attachments that you can use on your vacuum tip as well. So this standard nozzle or something like here. So this is a thinner, longer profile. This is a crevice tool. So great to go in between the seats where it's harder to access. Now we're going to move on to some products and some chemicals. Other equipment that I strongly recommend that you guys use. When I detail cars, I always wear black nitrile gloves. You can choose whatever color you want, but essentially this protects, of course, your hands from getting into contact with germs and bacteria or dirt and debris, and also prevents the chemicals from entering your porous skin. In the case of cleaning and disinfecting, if you're doing that task specifically, if you guys can have access to these, this is also very good. So it's a mask. It's going to prevent any airborne contaminants or germs, of course, from entering your breathing airway. So another cool thing to have. So next, we have some cleaners and we have some disinfectants. So we first start by cleaning the surface, again, to remove it of any dirt and debris. So I have the P&S Express Interior Cleaner. What I like about this one, not only is it inexpensive, you can also dilute this 1-in-1, or it's ready to use straight out of the bottle, so in a concentrated form. Again, you can use this on pretty much any hard interior surface. So vinyl, plastics, rubber, even leather seats. So it's basically a one product does it all. Wonderful for cleaning surfaces. Then you're going to use a carpet and upholstery cleaner. So this one here is Angel Wax Absolution, but basically any good carpet cleaner and upholstery is very, very good. Chemical Guys also has their fabric clean, which is great. You can dilute it so you can save a lot of money. Of course, for glass, I like Stoner Invisible Glass. So this is a great glass cleaner. It's ammonia free, so safe on tinted windows. Then to disinfect. So you have different options. Of course, you have the traditional Lysol wipes or any brand that you guys like. So there's these wipes that kind of look like Kleenexes that are filled with solution. So these are usually very wet, and it's important that they stay that way. And guys, always read the instructions, because in this case, they say that you're supposed, when you're wiping, leave the surface wet for 4 minutes. So you just don't wipe and remove right away. You have to let the product react. So this is a disinfecting wipe. Those are the wipes that you need. You can get it in spray form in an aerosol can. So this is just different application of the same type of product. Or you can make your own DIY solution. So with 50% rubbing alcohol or isopropyl alcohol and 50% water. In this case, use distilled or demineralized water, always the highest quality water possible if you can buy that at the store, or tap water is fine if you don't have hard water issues. But basically, so you do a half-half mix of rubbing alcohol and water, and boom, you got your disinfecting solution. Very, very useful. You can also use this for interior surfaces in your home as well. Very practical. So next, among the tools that you guys need, some microfiber towels, of course, good quality towels, always super important to do a good cleaning job. We have this waffle weave one that's good for cleaning glass, as you'll see, and just traditional terry weave microfiber towels for the rest of the vehicle. We have some brushes. So in this case, this is Detail Factory. This is a very synthetic, soft brush because you want to be careful with the interior surfaces of your vehicle, which also leads me to remind you that for delicate surfaces, such as leather surfaces in your car, you don't want to be using these disinfecting wipes. You're going to be using a leather cleaner or a delicate all-purpose cleaner that's good for those surfaces, like the Express interior cleaner that we mentioned before. For leather surfaces, we have the Color Lock leather brush. So this is a brush that's very soft, yet very efficient at cleaning leather surfaces. If you have any pet hair, you guys will thank me later. This is the Lily brush. This is an interior brush made specifically to remove pet hair. It has a rubberized tip here that you can see. That's very, very effective. So again, you want to remove all forms of dirt and contaminants from your vehicle, and that includes pet hair. We have CyberClean. This is basically a cleaning compound. So the cool thing about this, it cleans and disinfects. And what it does is you can mold it to whatever surface you want. So great for cleaning air vents, as you'll see inside the vehicle, and other surfaces that are hard to reach or difficult to clean. So you can put that over buttons and knobs. So this is a great cleaning compound for that. To remove any dust, of course, and contamination that's in the air vents, you can use something like a compressed air inside a can, like this. We usually use this for computer parts and keyboards and all that kind of stuff in electronics, but this is great for the interior. If you want something more pro grade, you're going to use a car dryer. So this is hot filtered air that gets blown out of this little baby. And then to clean any fabric that you have, like your fabric seats or even your carpets that you have, this is a drill brush attachment that you use with your drill brush. So basically you spray your solution on the fabric and you go ahead and brush that off. So this helps to create a lather, and then you wipe away with a microfiber towel. So we're good to go with all the tools and all the equipment. So let's go inside the vehicle now and address the different surfaces. All right, guys, so we're back in the inside part of the vehicle, and we're always going to work from top to bottom. So the first thing you want to address is your headliner. So usually this is fabric. You got to be very delicate. You're not going to be spraying the steam cleaner directly on this because there's some glue that holds this on top. So you got to be very delicate. Essentially, well, you can use your interior cleaner of choice with a microfiber towel. So what you can do is spray a little bit on the headliner. You're going to use a brush, soft surface brush, spray a little bit on the tip there, and you can address anything there is to be addressed. Like, let's say you have some staining or some spots, or you want to basically clean the entire surface. As you can tell here, great lathering action. So you take a microfiber cloth or a microfiber towel, and you just blot whatever you did that way so you can do the entire headliner. So that's the first part. So next, we're going to address the air vents of the vehicle because as you can tell, there's a lot of dust, dirt, and debris that accumulates inside the ducts. So what I like to do is use a can of compressed air. So that removes a big portion of all that dust and dirt. You can also use a cleaning compound like CyberClean. So basically what this is, it's kind of like putty. So you put this on the surface and it molds and conforms itself to all the nooks and crannies and all the surfaces to remove all that dust and dirt. So as you can tell, it makes or takes the shape of whatever you're putting it on, and that helps to remove all the dirt and the dust. And then what you can also do is spray of your favorite all-purpose cleaner, so a little bit right in there. Use your steam cleaner. So always prime the steam cleaner and then shoot it directly in there. So that does a top job of cleaning. Use a microfiber towel to blot dry. And that's it for that. Now we have super clean air ducts or air vents. So next, what we want to do also is go ahead and address any touch points that we might have. So from the touch points of your vehicle, what do I mean by that? Well, basically all the surfaces that you touch with your hands. So it can be the door handles. So you'll have a few of those. The armrests here. These handles here. You have, of course, all your steering wheel. By the way, the steering wheel is even dirtier than your toilet in your bathroom. Can you imagine that, guys? So don't forget, you're always touching the surface every single day. And imagine all the germs, the bacteria that lie on this. So you want to address this. The next one is the shifter knob. Once again, your hands are always in contact with the shifter every single day. You have things like the emergency brake that you can have here. So all the buttons and knobs, of course, that you activate on a daily basis. So all these buttons and basically any hard surface that you might have. And another one that's quite common is your cup holder area. If you would know just how dirty this gets, it is absolutely crazy, guys. So what I like to do in this case is spray some all-purpose cleaner on the microfiber towel, right? And then you're also going to spray some on the surface. So for example, the door handles, the armrests, in this case, we're again going to use the steam cleaner. And then keep the head moving, right? Never keep the steam cleaner head at the same place all the time. So you get that here. For the steering wheel, we're going to spray some on the microfiber towel. Start rubbing that onto the steering. Now you kind of want to grab a hold of the steering with your hands and then rub all the way around to remove all that gunk and dirt. And then we're going to look at all this grease and dirt and grime already in the microfiber towel. Again, we're going to use the steam cleaner. And you'll want to go around doing that. Make sure you hit all the spots. So same thing for the shifter. You can spray the product on, so the all-purpose cleaner, and then steam it. It helps to loosen up all that dirt and debris. So clean the surface. The buttons and knobs. Keep the head moving and make sure it's only steam that you're shooting out there and not actual liquid or water. Test in inconspicuous areas first, of course, to make sure you're not damaging any interior surface. But basically this is great for all surfaces. You can use a brush as well. If you don't have a steam cleaner, spray a bit of all-purpose cleaner in there and you agitate on the buttons and knobs. Same thing for the infotainment screen, as you guys can tell. So the principle is always the same. So for the cup holders, spray a little bit of all-purpose cleaner. We're steam cleaning that interior portion. And as you can tell, much, much cleaner. Same thing goes for the e-brake. You want to lightly agitate that. So another clean surface. All right, so for fabric seats or your upholstery, what I like to do is to take a carpet and upholstery cleaner. You generously spray on the surface. So you want to get that wet action. And then we have a drill brush attachment, which we put on our drill, and you basically agitate. And then you take a microfiber towel and you remove all that dirt, and you can do your entire seat that way. For leather seats, you're going to use a leather brush and a leather cleaner because that's a delicate surface. Same thing if you have a leather steering wheel or a leather shift knob. So you're going to be using that dedicated leather brush and the dedicated leather cleaner. So once all of this is done, the next step is going to be to vacuum, of course, the carpets. You're going to remove the floor mats and you're going to clean the floor mats separately. So to clean the floor mats, it's pretty simple. We're going to be first rinsing the floor mats to remove all the loose dirt and debris. You're then going to be spraying a cleaner. So it can be an all-purpose cleaner like the one I showed you, or something like Super Clean. There's Extra Tough. There's many different all-purpose cleaners that you can spray on there. Basically, it's going to help to degrease and clean the surface. You agitate with a stiff bristle brush, and then you rinse, and then you go ahead and dry those carpets. So you're going to have amazing floor mats. That's for rubber floor mats, of course. For the rest of the carpet, well, you're going to use a vacuum. You're going to vacuum the entire surface of the vehicle and use different attachments to get in between the nooks and crannies inside the vehicle. And then if you have some pet hair, we're going to be using the lily brush. So you basically accumulate all of that pet hair in one bunch, and then you're going to use the vacuum that you have to suck all of that hair up. All right, so now that we're done cleaning the interior surfaces, we have to start disinfecting them because that's the entire point of the video. So you can use something like these disinfecting wipes or a home mix of isopropyl alcohol and water. So you're basically your disinfecting solution. If you have the wipes, you take one from the jar. Always follow the instructions. So in the case of this one, well, it tells you to leave the product wet on the surface for at least 4 minutes. Only use these on hard surfaces, so not on delicate surfaces like leather. We don't want to be disinfecting that with chemicals. So on the hard surfaces, so like plastic door handles, you'd go ahead and wipe those. Any touch points basically of the vehicle, if you have any vinyl surfaces, that's fine. This plastic or vinyl steering wheel, you want to go behind the wheel as well. So put that wet and let it act, guys, for a few minutes. That's going to do all the disinfecting action. Make sure you reach behind all the steering wheel knobs and buttons. Same thing for your console, your center console. So these buttons and knobs that you want to disinfect. Of course, the shifter knob, e-brake. You can do your center armrest, of course, if it's not in leather. So basically, any surface that your hands come in contact with, you want to disinfect. You can also use this disinfecting solution, so a DIY again, 1/2 water and 1/2 isopropyl rubbing alcohol. So you spray some on a microfiber towel, and you're going to go ahead and apply it wet and let it act for a few minutes. It's going to evaporate on its own, so you don't need to come back to dry the surface. So again, you're spraying and you're wiping down any contact points. So door handle, steering wheel, buttons and knobs, your shifter, your e-brake, cup holder area, center armrest, and so on and so forth, basically anywhere that your hands can come in contact with something. So another area of concern, guys, is of course the seat belts. We touch these every day with our hands. So what we're first gonna do, steam. On both sides. Wipe them down. Take a disinfecting wipe. Clean both sides. You can use the 50-50 mix of rubbing alcohol and water as well. And let that on wet. It's going to evaporate on its own, and that's it. You guys now have clean and disinfected seat belts. So one of the last steps of cleaning and disinfecting should be your interior glass. So you use an ammonia-free, high-quality, premium automotive glass cleaner. You take a waffle weave microfiber towel. Those are my favorite ones for glass because they don't leave streaks. You're going to basically spray it on. You're going to wipe with your microfiber towel. Make sure you roll the window down a bit, pinch the top part to remove all that dirt, roll it back up. If you have some streaking, you can use a second clean and dry microfiber towel to buff off. That would be the 2-towel method. And now you guys have clean glass as well. So one quick awesome tip, guys, is to change your car's cabin air filter. Now, of course, follow the instruction manual of your vehicle to localize where it is and at which frequency you're supposed to change it. But in this case, we have access to the cabin's air filter by pulling this filter here, and as we can tell, well, it gets quite dirty. So imagine this is all the air that you're breathing inside the cabin. It can be airborne pollutants and germs and all sorts of stuff. So make sure you get a fresh one and replace it in the intervals recommended by your manufacturer. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you learned something new today, well, make sure you smash the thumbs up button to show me your support. I remind you that all the products, equipment, and all the tools that were used, I'll leave some links in the description under the video for you guys to check them out. If you want to continue to learn more about car detailing, products, equipment, tips, tricks, and techniques, make sure you hit the subscribe button that's found under this video. And that way you'll subscribe to my channel and never miss my future videos. So guys, of course, thanks for being there. Thanks for watching. And in the meantime, don't forget, keep it tight, keep it clean, and I'll see you on the next one.